Technique is all about moving in an efficient way to keep yourself safe and getting stronger as you go. And in our muscle memory library, the idea is to give you the foundations. And as the foundation gets set, then you build your workout program accordingly. Anytime that you achieve a certain level of strength, you want to challenge yourself to the next little bit. And we don't want to jump too far. We just want to take the next little step so that you don't injure yourself and so that you are allowing your body to kind of get used to it and then challenged. So that increased demand, whether it's the amount of time that you're doing a workout, whether it is the amount of weight that you're adding or the resistance that you're adding, those things are the things that allow us to achieve our fitness goals. And when we have strength in the core, it will allow us to have more strength in our limbs. So as you're choosing your muscle memory, the idea is that you can do anything that you like because it's only really a short amount of time. It's 10 minutes at a time, so in a bite-sized piece. You can't really go wrong. However, we do want to think about that core strength. And the core strength, everybody thinks about the abs, but because it's what we can see, but in fact it's our 360 degrees around the spine. It includes the shoulders, the chest, also the back and the glutes. So if you took off the limbs, it's everything else. And that core strength can be a bit tricky to kind of analyze and figure out what's going right with it, what's going wrong with it. But as soon as we focus on the core, that's going to allow us to really get a lot of advances in our strength training. You'll see very much a lot of times I talk about core in various different positionings. So I want you to specifically pay attention that we don't want to see the shoulders come out of place. We want them to lock in so that you're close to the spine, right? So you're not forward, but we're keeping that position. And so engaging more muscles. Give yourself time to kind of figure out not only in your mind what should happen, but in what's going on in the body, and then figure out, does this actually look like what it's supposed to look like? I think a really great tip is to watch first some of these videos and then try to do them, because if you don't watch, then you're not like visually processing. And you don't need to feel bad if you are going to pause the video, if you're going to rewind it, you're going to play it again. Your goal is to reset. And for those of us who maybe have experience working out, sometimes our minds trick us to saying that, yeah, we're doing it properly. But in fact, we have to reset things. For example, in a lunge, if our knee goes inward, instead of staying straight in line with the body, we'll actually create extra pressure on the inside of the knee if the knee goes inward. And what that will do is put more pressure on the joint than we need. And that's where injury can happen. So for 10 minutes, I mean, it's not likely going to happen in a short amount of time, but what we want is to correct that so that when you extend the amount of work that you're doing in your workout, you're in that position. So we call it memory because our body takes time to remember it automatically. So if we're going to take a position, it will naturally go back to what it's used to. And when we're learning something new, we actually need to repeat that 500 times in that precision. So if we do it right and wrong and right and wrong, it's not enough. It has to be 500 consistent times. And then you'll find that your body will naturally take that approach when you're doing maybe a new activity or a activity that's not something that you're used to. And maybe you only address it once in a while. So let's get our mind set on how we're going to approach it. We're going to have a freedom in your the videos that you're going to do, but you're going to work your way through. You don't have to do them in order. You can kind of jump around, and just as you're feeling it, you're going to just learn according to what your needs are. So that is number one, is to think about core and think about playing with it in terms of the techniques.